Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial series. Today I'll be talking about the medieval age rush, and the best part about this rush is that it's actually used in a lot of pro games, and the fact that it can be used with any nation, and if done right, you can even beat the strongest of the players with this. So let's see how to do it. I'm going to be using this game between Hockey Star in purple and Momo in blue as a reference game where Momo pulls off a very nice medieval rush. First, you are going to try to age 2 by 4 minutes with 100 eco. If you don't know how to do that, please go and check out the tutorial on the channel. Once you have aged, you will either get a barracks or stable depending on what you need for raiding or for defense. Then you will be building a university, and after that you will get either Civ 2 and a city, or you will go Mill 2 and raid. You can either do it in any order depending on how the game is going and how aggressive your opponent is. Then you're going to go for a Senate, get despotism, research commerce to get 2 more caravans. You're going to build a barracks or stable depending on whatever you did not build in the first time, and with the despot and Mill 2, now you're going to start raiding. Get some units, also get taxation meanwhile, because it's going to help you get more wealth. After this point, you're going to try to fill your eco to more than 130. A lot of players make this mistake by going full eco early on without being ready to raid, and that hurts them instead of helping. Once you have got your raiding units and you have set up your defenses, well, I can't tell you much about defenses. It's very dependent on the game and the opponent's civilization, so you'll have to take care of that by yourself. A very important point is you need to start raiding your opponent by 8 minutes. We'll call it the first raid and the most important raid. If you can successfully raid him at 8-minute time point, you will set up a very good window for a successful medieval age rush. Let's see what Momo is doing here. He gets 3 heavy cavalry, and meanwhile he's also spamming units in his barracks. Check that out, which you also want to do. You also want to reach about 60 or more metal income by 9 minutes so that you can make good amount of sieges, heavy cavalry and heavy infantry later on. Since Momo is Turks, he doesn't need that much metal for sieges, so he has a lower metal income. Try to save as many of your units. Don't let all of your raiding units die. When you're raiding, I heavily suggest going with only cavalry for the first raid because it's very easy to lose your infantry. When it comes to rare resources, you are the best judge. Try to find the best rare resources and use them. Your next objective will be to click up by 10 minutes 30 seconds and get a second barracks and start making units. Archers, crossbows are always good. Don't make too many heavy infantry. More archers are great. Now make 2 sieges and a siege factory. You're also going to upgrade your units. In this case, Momo is Turks. So Turks have one of the fastest age 3 rushes because they don't have to wait for their sieges. They already have free sieges with every siege factory. And after this, you're just going to be reinforcing with both your barracks. You can even build another stable and reinforce with that. A good tip here is that you sell your food and only make wealth heavy units like heavy cavalry and crossbows. You can also go Commerce 3 if you think you have enough knowledge. Commerce 3 will give you an upper hand in case your opponent is senator. And after that, if your rush fails, well, it's going to be a very difficult point. But if you actually do this by 12 minutes, I will say your opponent cannot defend this unless he has been expecting it and unless he has been spamming units just like you do. If you do capture his city, most of the times it's game over right here. This is a very strong strategy in both 1v1 and team games, and the best part is you can do it with any nation. Meanwhile, check out this next game where Dave pulled the strategy off against me in the ELO Legends in game number 1, and it was super effective. Meanwhile, let's also see some of the better nations that can pull it off. I did say every nation can do it, but these are some of my favorites. Mongols, because they have this very good first raid that weakens the opponent. Then Greeks, because Greeks can age 3 very quickly and they have these insane heavy cavalry. Egypt, because Egypt have one of the best cavalry any nation has. They have the superb light cavalry and they have the superb horse archers. They're just the best. Then Bantu, because they have faster infantry, it's easy to raid with them, easy to run away as well. Japanese get cheaper infantry with every military research. Romans, because they get the instant military 3 tactics upgrade that no other nation gets. Dutch, because they're just insanely fast and they can mount enough pressure to make the strategy work. Lakota is a special nation here because they can even do this with Senator and they can even age 4 in case their strategy fails. They're just insanely versatile. British, because they get free archer upgrades and their archers are very good in age 3. French, because French get the healing, which makes them one of the strongest age 3 rushing nation out of all of these. And then Turks, you just saw how strong Turks were. They can pull this off very fast because they can get sieges anytime they want. And that is it for the tutorial. Let me know what you guys think about it. Meanwhile, enjoy this tournament game.